Time News. It says 50 deaths in 15 years. Why planes been crashing in the Nepal so regularly? So 450 is not the figure of the current crash, rather it is the data of the last 15 years. We saw in the past 2-3 that there was a news of plane crashing in the Nepal. Nepal is a country with a full wide range of the mountains, and they might be not having so many flat surfaces for the better landing of the planes. This might be the main reason for greater incidence of the plane crash. When you are blessed with the nature and the beauty, you definitely are not. Might be having other problems as well. And when you disturb the nature, you are definitely punished by the nature. So these are the example that nature is giving to us, that do not interrupt in the much nature activities like building airports within the mountains can be a not a logic, though it will help the mankind in the convenience and the transportation. But considering the nature, we have to cut the many of the trees and destroy the wildlife and the plantation. So yes, these are the some indicator which we should consider before taking a step against the nature. It was bring to the sunny morning, July 24, Nepal. Surya airplane pulled out 50-seater bomb-ready CRG jet plane for a week to fly at Pokhara for heavy maintenance. The airplane engines had cleared it, fit for flight, but what happened next has left everyone horrified. Second into the takeoff, the 21-year-old plane veered right and lost control and hit the ground. Within a few seconds, it burst into the flame before sliding into the gorge. The next to Kathmandu table top run with a highway co-pilot in the hitting a cargo container. So it was not because of the crash landing, rather it was a takeoff failure. Just after the takeoff, the plane loses its control and shifted to the right and smashed into another cargo container. This last stage, however, turned out to be blessing in disguise for the commander Manish Ratan Sakaya, also Surya Airlines head of the operation, who thought came out burst and bullied with injury to his eyes, has been reported stable since then. So this person is still fine even after the incident. Unfortunately, none of the 18 passengers, all airline employees, including the engineer who had signed off the plane fitness report, survived an dreadful incident. So there are no cases of any life loss, but all the 18 passengers are safe and they are serious injuries. Data collected by the economic times show that the 450 people have died in the air crashes in the Nepal in the last decade and a half alone. In contrast, there are been two fatal air crashes in India in the last 2 decades have killed 170 people. Both happened in the highly stable top runway, including in this area. Why do they keep crashing in Nepal almost annually? What to be done to restore air safety in the country, like depends heavily on the tourism, including in North India. So yes, it is a very serious news when it comes to the tourism. Like Nepal is a country which is blessed with the mountain, and the people used to do a travel like to travel a lot there. But if the tourists from the foreign countries will see the news, they will be definitely demotivated and will not like to visit the countries where it comes to the safety hazardous to the passengers, because the every foreigner or every person traveling to Nepal will be using the flight, and this flight clearance happen annually. This will can have a negative image or negative impact on their tourism. So these data says that on an annual basis an airplane is crashing, and in this 18 deaths was reported. In the last year 70 days, this was airline name. You cannot see any of the international. These are only the Nepal airline. Safety under the water. The problem is all around, says Captain P.P. Singh, former chief pilot, head of the training and the standards in the Nepal Airlines. He moved to the Kathmandu airport after the jet was shut down. It started with the regulator. If the regulator is not strong enough, enough to qualify the airlines. In the European Union had banned the Nepalese airline from flying into the territory in the 2020 after the 7 British citizens were killed in the 2020. European Union website still shows that Nepal is the list of the states whose air carriers have been banned from the flying into the European Union due to the lack of the safety and oversight of the areas mentioned. These 128 such of 15 states including Afghanistan. So there failure of the and the incident of the failure and the crashes were only reported by the Nepalese airlines, and there were no by the any foreign or the other international airlines. While European Union, Europe has already taken steps to ban to enter the Nepali airlines in their area. Around 22 airlines certified in Russia beside Air Zimbabwe. United Nations International Civil Aviation Organization or the ISO audited the safety of the regulation of all the country when they flew. Usually US regulator FFA and the European ESA talk to buy into their own safety audit. If to iteration, the airplanes of those countries are put to blacklist and often refuse to enter the US and the Europe. So these two developed countries have already taken steps that if the airlines is not taking a regular audit checks on their planes, and these airlines will be blocked to enter their area. India has also been put on such blacklist but came out of the ban soon. So in back time, the India was also put in the ban, but Indian Aviation DGCA has taken a step and implemented the audit on the airlines, and for the these overhauling and the OMR, repair, maintenance, MRO, maintenance, repair and overhauling of the airline. Singh, who is now with the Dhaka based Nepal score in ICO audit has always been the just average. The country scores very low in the organization sector, which shows poor oversight from the regulator and the legislature. Not just that, it also does badly when it comes to the accident investigation. So the leading person on the Nepal is saying that the audit score of the Nepal airline is below average and not able to score very good. And also after the incidents of the crash, in order to search what was the cause of the incident and accident, the devices are not able to contribute much. If the post-crash investigation is shabby and corrective steps are not taken, this can lead to yes. It is very important to know the root cause of the crashes, that in order to take a corrective step and don't stop in the future. Besides, there is also a deep conflict interest in Nepal. The Civil Aviation Authority of the Nepal also operates the key Kathmandu airport, where a lot of commercial contacts is involved. Hence, regulation takes us back in the way. A proposal to make the regulator independent has been stalled in Nepal. There is, even though both ICO and SR mandate aviation cannot be safely provided. In India too, they had raised concern in DGCA related to some of the function of the Airport Authority of the India.